Black smoke rises from the famous Vatican chimney. We'll have the update just ahead.
How about cool and breezy conditions this early morning, and of course some sunshine later on in the afternoon where temperatures are going to be near 70 degrees. More about that in just a bit.
Plus, the Grow Plant sale is blooming for a good cause. Find out how you can dig in and make a difference.
This is News 8 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Thursday, May 8th. Well, that big, beautiful moon that we saw coming in is gone now, but it's being replaced with a big, beautiful sun. I saw the sun coming up. Yeah.
Well, is the moon gone? It's still there. It's around. You're 100% right, Alexandra. And let's get into it right now as we take a look at why that sunshine is going to be with us for the better part of the day and the weekend, and possibly into next week as well. We'll hold on to cooler and breezy conditions this early morning. That'll subside, and then eventually we'll get back into sunshine. Temperatures are going to be on the cooler side as that cooler air from Canada continues to slip right through and eventually kind of keeps our temperatures down a little bit, but still in the seasonal mark for us today. Chance of frost also out there, as you can see in the blue here, Clark and Taylor counties until about 9 a.m. Temperatures could drop down to at least the mid 30s, and that way we could see the frost coming into the picture. Also, we also have the elevated fire risk because of low humidity. We're going to see that to about 15, about 20% as well as we go through the day, and then eventually we'll also see the temperatures in the 60s, so that will be a good sign to keep us away from that elevated flight risk or have that enhanced. We've got moisture down to the south, and it continues to get pushed down to the south as high pressure over Canada continues to push all the way any type of moisture back down southward. We're also having this cutoff low that continues to work in the area here as well. That's going to continue to move farther to the south as well as we go into the better part of the day, and eventually we're also going to be looking at the possibility of this all shrinking down. Stationary front moves in, and we go quiet to spend the rest of the day and into tomorrow before a cold front slips in as we go into Friday. You can see right now for Thursday, cooler air continues to slip on through. Cold front kind of comes in, as you can see that rolling in by the 8 o'clock hour at night for tomorrow. More about your forecast coming up in just a bit. Stick around.
The conclave to elect a new pope gets back underway today. It's underway right now at the Sistine Chapel. And less than an hour ago, black smoke emerged from the chimney over St. Peter's Square. That means the first round of voting for the day ended without a pope being elected. The new pontiff must receive a 2/3 majority in order to become the next pope. And as we take a live look at that famous smokestack, not much going on now. We're just awaiting the next time we'll see smoke come from it. CBS News' Tina Kraus has more for us from the Vatican.
The search for a new pontiff resumes today with 133 cardinals back inside the Sistine Chapel casting secret votes. This morning, black smoke again billowed from the Sistine Chapel chimney, signaling no new pope has been elected.
Do they have 20 votes, 10 votes?
Columnist Michael Sean Winters predicts a new pope could be chosen by tomorrow, with multiple rounds of votes happening today.
There's 2 ballots in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. I think things usually shake out on that third ballot. Then you really have a sense of who are the contenders, who has the momentum.
In the field of candidates, experts have pointed out 3 prospective frontrunners: Cardinals Pietro Parolin of Italy, Luis Antonio Tagle of the Philippines, and Pier Battista Pizzaballa of Jerusalem. In addition to the growing anticipation here in St. Peter's Square, the drama of the centuries-old papal conclave is spilling into the digital world, with contenders drawing millions of dollars in online gambling wagers.
People like to place bets, and so an industry will feed that desire. Doesn't mean that the bookmakers who are putting out these odds necessarily have any greater insight than you and I.
For now, the eyes of the faithful and those around the world stay fixed on the Sistine Chapel until that white smoke appears, marking the election of a new pope.
We are all waiting, and the last 3 popes have been elected within 2 days of voting. If no new pontiff is chosen after a third day, the cardinals are expected to take a break, pause the conclave for a day of prayer and discussion. New this morning, 2 people rescued overnight after flames tore through an East Side home. Crews responded to the 1000 block of Losey Boulevard just after 1:30 this morning. Multiple La Crosse fire units and police were called there. A fire department official told News 8 firefighters quickly rescued all occupants. You guys are cued back there. No word what sparked the blaze or the extent of the damage.
Units responded, made a quick assessment of the emergency at hand, made a rapid rescue of 2 individuals that were beginning to exit the structure from a second-story window. Had water on the fire and fire control in a very short period of time.
Crews said there were also multiple pets in the home who were able to make it out safely. Toma High students will return to class this morning after Wednesday's bomb threat evacuation. The threat, found written in a bathroom stall, forced students and staff to evacuate at 1:40 yesterday. Police quickly searched the building, determined it was a false alarm, and allowed everyone back in by 2:45. The Waukesha teen accused of killing his parents in a presidential assassination plot faces a judge. 17-year-old Nikita Kassat pleaded not guilty to 9 felony charges, including murder and hiding corpses. Prosecutors say he killed his mother and stepfather in February, lived with their bodies for nearly 2 weeks, then fled to Kansas, where he was captured. Federal authorities claim the murders were part of a larger plot to assassinate President Trump and overthrow the government, they said. This morning, President Trump promising to make a major trade announcement with one country as talks are beginning to form with China. This comes as the Federal Reserve is once again holding interest rates steady, citing fears of an economic downturn. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest on the Trump administration.
Today at the White House, a step towards stabilizing trade. In a post on social media, President Donald Trump promised an announcement about a major trade deal with a big and highly respected country. The apparent progress as the U.S. and China prepare for their first face-to-face.
I will be going to Switzerland, and the negotiations will begin on Saturday.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told Congress those talks still in the earliest stages. President Trump swearing in his new ambassador to China on Wednesday.
Say hello to President Xi when you're over there, please.
Defended his approach.
We were losing $5 billion plus a day on trade.
They should have an exemption process that's not punitive.
Linda Dolan runs a small business out of her home in Minnesota, selling these tiny reflective markers she designed to keep outdoor enthusiasts on the right path.
Can you see them?
Because of the tariffs, she says she can't afford to bring in a new shipment.
It's like, I was shocked.
Despite heightened uncertainty, the economy is still in a solid position.
Just yesterday, Fed Chair Jerome Powell held interest rates again at 4.25% to 4.5%, citing tariff uncertainty and warning they'll likely raise prices and slow the economy.
The uncertainty of tariffs means that they've got to be careful to wait and see whether or not inflation is going to rear its ugly head again.
It's already hitting the auto industry. Ford announced price hikes on 3 models made in Mexico.
Reports suggest today's trade announcement will involve the United Kingdom. We'll keep you updated. And a heads up for drivers, those 4-legged hazards are on the move once again across Wisconsin roadways. We're talking about deer. State Patrol is warning that deer crashes typically spike in May and June right now. Last year alone, more than 17,000 deer-related crashes were reported statewide. Those collisions killed 9 people and injured 708 others. Motorcyclists faced the greatest danger. 7 of those 9 fatalities last year involved motorcycles. And this Saturday, your mailbox becomes a lifeline for hungry families in our community. The yellow bag that may have showed up by now to your mailbox, it'll be here this week if not, is part of the 33rd annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive happening May 10th. Letter carriers across La Crosse, on Alaska and La Crescent will collect non-perishable donations. All you have to do is put them in that yellow bag by your mailbox by 8:30 Saturday morning.
Well, the Hunger Task Force really relies on community donations, and this is a huge one for us. We are incredibly lucky to be part of this. We serve 120 different food programs, and those food programs need this help.
These donations are especially critical now, stocking pantry shelves during summer when many children lose access to school meals. If you missed the morning pickup, you can drop items off until 2 p.m. at collection points, including the La Crosse Post Office loading dock. The time now is 6:07. Still ahead on your morning news. Federal interest rates are staying consistent. Ford prices on some models are heading up, and most families finding it too expensive to eat healthy these days. And this week's disruptions at one of the busiest U.S. airports having a domino effect on air travel. Coming up, more on what your rights are as a passenger if your flight is canceled. And now, as the conclave continues, all eyes remain fixed on a chimney atop the Sistine Chapel. The world watches this famous smokestack There it is for the signal that will announce the Catholic Church's next leader. Black smoke means the Cardinals haven't reached their 2/3 majority. We saw black smoke coming out of there already this morning. White smoke will herald the election of a new pope. The 133 Cardinals continue their deliberations right now behind locked doors. And here's a wider view. This is, of course, all the majesty, the full majesty of the Vatican. The morning sun illuminating St. Peter's Square, where the faithful have gathered below. You can see them there. Inside, that is where those cardinals are continuing their sacred deliberations, weighing the future of the Catholic Church. We will, of course, keep you updated. Stay with us. We're back after this.
Holman Locker and Meat Market is your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up on our summer meat bundle, which includes top sirloin, ground beef, Polish sausage, chicken fillet, pork chops, locker dogs, and brats. Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
Shop for a cause at Home Sleep Express. Donate $10 to help ovarian cancer research, and Home will give you 10% off Luxuria or Thomas Cole sleep mattresses. Plus, pay no interest for 1 year. Give $10, get 10% off sale prices. Right now at Home Sleep Express.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Fleet Farms Garden Center has discounts on hundreds of plants, flowers, vegetables, fertilizers, and more. Like Farm Fresh Selects 10-inch hanging baskets for $17.99. And large bags of Miracle-Gro all-purpose garden soil for just $7.99. Plus, get a 21-inch full-bore 3-in-1 push mower on sale for only $259.99. When it comes to the great outdoors, let Fleet Farm handle all your patio, lawn, and garden needs at the best prices guaranteed.
If nagging, persistent joint pain has upended your life, listen, there's a solution for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics uses a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and more. QC Kinetics targets the source of your pain, not just the symptoms. Thousands of patients have experienced life-changing results, and they're right here. Find out if you're a candidate for this game-changing therapy. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Shop for a cause at Home Seasonal Concepts. Home will give you 10% off sale prices on porch and patio when you donate $10 to help ovarian cancer research. Give $10 to Mocha and get 10% off sale prices now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh quality meat. Purchase a minimum of 25 pounds of 90% lean ground beef for $5.89 per pound or 85% lean for $5.49 per pound. Shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
Well, good morning to you. As we get into your local forecast right now, you've got until 9 a.m. this morning the potential for some frost out there. We're going from Clark County and Taylor counties here. You can see until 9 a.m. this morning. Temperatures are going to drop down to the mid-30s, possibly. Frost for sheltered and, of course, low-lying areas could be issued that little frost advisory in play, especially over by the cranberry bogs. We'll also find ourselves getting into those other locations you saw with all that yellow with potential for elevated fire risk because of the possibility of low humidities, but the temperatures are only be in the 60s, so it's really not an issue just yet. Tomorrow could be a different story. We'll hold on to the areas right up by Ladysmith as well, Wausau, and of course Marshfield. That's where the lowest temperatures are. Still 37 in Marshfield, getting to Wisconsin Rapids and near Black River Falls. So frost is not an issue right now. They have a few more degrees to go for that. Other locations are looking pretty good as well. We're local morning temperatures. 36 as you go over to Black River Falls right now. Feels like it's 33 degrees out there. The roadways are doing well, even though they're doing a little bit of a road construction there. They've got some light breeze now coming up to Eau Claire. It was kind of still before, but now it's back. So a little bit of breeze. Beautiful sunshine out there right now for everybody today. You'll also find, as we go to kids going to school, 45 degrees in the morning for La Crosse. You're going to see chilly and breezy conditions. 68 degrees, though, for the afternoon at around, say, 3 o'clock, holding on to near seasonal temperatures. We'll carry over to Eau Claire. You've got 42 degrees, plenty of sunshine you can see, and of course, 67 degrees in the afternoon with near seasonal temperatures. That's a look at your local forecast. I'll have more about your local forecast coming up and show you what's coming in for this weekend and possibly next week, so please stick around.
In your morning consumer news, the Federal Reserve held interest rates steady this week, the central bank deciding against cuts as President Trump's economic policies evolve. The Fed's pause on lowering interest rates began in January. Economists say the Fed is caught in a wait-and-see approach, and the next round of economic data should swing it one way or another. Ford, meanwhile, says it'll hike sticker prices for 3 U.S. models made in Mexico. The manufacturer's suggested retail price will go up between $600 and $2,000 each. The automaker's announcement comes a few days after executives said they didn't plan notable price increases. Ford says the Trump administration tariffs could cost the company about $1.5 billion between now and December. And the price of eating healthy is now out of reach for millions of American families. A new study finds grocery inflation is forcing tough choices at the dinner table. Lower income households are hardest hit. More than 2/3 report rising food prices make healthy eating nearly impossible. But the struggle crosses income levels, with middle and even upper class families also cutting back on nutritious options. An April analysis reveals over half of adults now fail to meet the American Heart Association's dietary guidelines. Passengers flying in and out of Newark Liberty International Airport are dealing with massive delays and cancellations. It is one of the busiest airports in the country, and because of that, the disruptions are having a domino effect now on air travel. Jen Sullivan explains the air travel problems nationwide and what your rights are as a passenger.
Major flight disruptions at Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey are having a ripple effect on air travel across the country, just weeks ahead of the busy summer travel season.
My flight was delayed 5 hours.
The airline chaos at Newark is stretching into a second week. The disruptions are being caused by a variety of issues, from runway construction to more serious problems like a shortage of air traffic controllers.
The individuals who run this system daily perform quiet, heroic acts in spite of a system that is built to set them up for failure.
The shortage of air traffic controllers is a nationwide problem. Last week, Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy said air traffic control was about 3,000 controllers short. While the Trump administration is offering bonuses and higher salaries, the training and hiring process can take months.
A certified professional controller has many, many years of training. You just don't do that overnight.
So what should you do if your flight is impacted by this? Expedia Group travel expert Melanie Fish says it's important to know your passenger rights.
When a flight is canceled, even because of the weather, the airline has to refund you if you decide that that's what you want.
Fish recommends downloading your airline's app and calling the airline to rebook.
You will get notifications much faster than standing in line to talk to customer service about your options for booking another flight.
Passengers can always ask for meal vouchers and hotel vouchers, but it's up to each airline to decide if they want to give them out.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, let's close this out. Got me caught again here as we go right into it here. We're looking at highs today, holding on to the possibility of temperatures to be seasonal average. And of course, we're a little behind the ball right now because of that cooler air that slipped out of Canada and continues to do so. So we're looking at least 68 to at least 70 degrees today for your local forecast. Most of that is on the other side of the Mississippi. You get to Trempealeau, that's possibly about a 70-degree temperature there. You can see possibly by Black River Falls, they may hit 70. La Crosse at least 69, as well as Sparta. And of course, Eau Claire possibly around 70 degrees. You'll hold on to the day as we roll right through at the 9 o'clock hour. Temperatures in the 40s. So we're still holding on to that chilly air. And then eventually we'll go back into a condition conditions that'll be in the 60s, so we get back to seasonal average. And then, of course, we're behind the ball as far as getting up to our highs to hit the seasonal average mark. We're holding on to at least getting into Thursday. For today, we're looking at 8:15 or so after the commute. You're holding on to temperatures in the 50s and 60s still, and then we cool you on down back to the 30s as we roll into the early morning for sunrise tomorrow. You're looking at those 30s with the potential for more frost to show up with temperatures here near the freezing mark and getting closer to La Crosse as well. You can see by the time we get in La Crosse, they're at 37, so that's not likely, but a couple of degrees away from frost. You'll see Sparta, possibly Black River Falls, possibly get into that. We'll hold on to, again, as we go into the evening or afternoon for tomorrow, we're seeing at least 60s back into the picture there, so we're warming you up gradually, taking right back into account the possibility of another round of rainfall, possibly trying to get down to the ground for Friday, but it's going to be high pressure building in and drying out the skies, so it's really not going to happen for us. So again, it's about a 5% chance of that occurring, by the way. You'll hold on to at least some 70s in the picture, possibly as we go widespread 70s, getting into at least 75 for La Crosse. Eau Claire at 78 degrees, so La Crosse is still trying to pick up the local temperatures. By Saturday, you're seeing more sunshine coming in. Eau Claire at 80 degrees, La Crosse at least about 81 degrees, so then we start to see La Crosse jumping back into the plan. Sunday, you get into Mother's Day, you're looking at 82 for La Crosse. You're also seeing 82 for Eau Claire. Other locations are at least upper 70s to around the low 80s. As we roll right into it, I love this time of year when you see the temperatures try to get all the way up to the banner there. You're seeing temperatures getting up to the low 80s by the time we reach into the weekend and into the beginning of next week. We'll also see the possibility of rainfall. Not much expected as we go through the early portion of the next week, but then once we get into Thursday, we have about a 30% chance. So at least that Wednesday night is about a 40% chance, I believe, going overnight into Thursday, and then eventually we could possibly see some of that moving into the picture. Looks like it's rainfall is not going to show up for me right now, but as we carry over to the next few days, for your next 8 days, you're looking at the possibility of cool conditions, mild conditions. Then as we roll into Sunday, you're looking at warmer weather, and that continues all the way through next week as you get into Wednesday, then dropping it back down to the mild on Thursday with thunderstorm activity on the scope.
All right, Art, thank you. Coming up, at one hospital, labor and delivery is taking on a whole new meaning. 14 nurses, all pregnant at the same time, will share their stories after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in the Blitz, one ranked team taking care of business in dominating fashion, another preparing for what they hope to be a long postseason run. Don't touch that remote.
And all eyes are on Vatican City this morning as 132 cardinals are gathering for day 2 of the papal conclave. And about an hour ago, a little more than that, we saw black smoke arising from the top of the famous chimney. That means a new pope was not chosen during that round of voting. We can expect another one later today. We'll, of course, keep monitoring the situation and keeping you updated. We'll let you know when a new pope has been chosen. Stay with us. We're back after this.
What will you find at Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique? Everything you need and more. See our selection of Polish pottery, cookware, olive oils and vinegar, and our gadget wall. Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique, located inside Wesco and Sparta. Tell them Peyton sent you.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like $250 off this Cub Cadet XT1 riding mower, or this Ariens 52-inch zero-turn featuring a Kawasaki engine. Plus, this Saturday from 9 to 2, don't miss special offers and test drive select zero-turns and lawn tractors during our Ride and Drive event. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
In 1925, a new furniture store opened its doors in Fountain, Minnesota. The business was called the Fountain Furniture Company. Today, 100 years and 4 generations later, we're Drury's, where you'll find a focus on principles that have given us staying power. Handle quality furniture, maintain a professional staff, and a commitment to customer service. We invite you to stop in and find out for yourself how this big store in a tiny town has lasted. Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for 100 years.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
Welcome to Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique. Whether you're a gourmet cook or an aspiring foodie, we have something for your style and taste. See our selection of gourmet cookware, bakeware, and appliances. Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique. Stop in today and tell them Peyton sent you.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle. The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
It is. The Blitz. Well, Wednesday typically marks an off day for high school teams, but the 8th ranked team in Division 5 softball, Blair Taylor, in action, traveling to Alma Center Lincoln. Wildcats bringing in a 9-game win streak, and they were determined to extend that to 10. Runner on third, Andrea Waldera, does the job with an RBI groundout for the away side, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. Frankie Zentgroff gets one past the defense. That'll plate Addison Ledger, and later it's Zentgroff again, and this time she squares one up, sending it to the right center gap, and that would bring in 3 more for BT. And there were convincing wins, and then there's this. Wildcats go on to take it 26-0. Big one tonight between Blair Taylor and Pepin Alma. The La Crescent Hoka baseball program is no stranger to success. The Lancers have had some solid seasons over the last handful of years, but this year's squad has only lost once in 15 games, and they're ranked 4th in Class 2A in Minnesota. Things are coming together at the right time for what this Lancers team hopes to be a long playoff run.
So far, it's been amazing. You know, we've been able to play good defense. Bats are coming alive. We're starting to put it all together.
And one area the Lancers feel they have an advantage in is in their pitching staff, which creates a good problem for head coach Ryan Needfeld.
They attack the hitters, they work in a quick, timely fashion, and it's fun to watch. I mean, our pitching staff is deep, and we have a lot of arms, and it's a struggle to try to figure out as many, to get them as many innings as possible.
And of course, the state tournament is the goal for La Crescent Hoka, but they're taking things one day at a time. And tonight, that entails a matchup with Rushford Peterson. And the News 8 Play of the Week is back, and it's a close race with lots of votes already. So head to news8000.com. Under the Sports tab, click on Play of the Week and go pick your favorite. That'll do for the Blitz. Hope to see you back here later tonight.
Shop for a cause at Home Sleep Express. Donate $10 to help ovarian cancer research, and Home will give you 10% off Luxuria or Thomas Cole sleep mattresses. Plus, pay no interest for 1 year. Give $10, get 10% off sale prices right now at Home Sleep Express.
Mother's Day is almost here, and it's time to visit Jolivet Family Farms. 8 greenhouses full of a wide variety of flowers, vegetable, and plants, all grown for this climate. Jolivet's features one of the area's largest selections of hanging baskets: succulents, clematis, citronella mosquito plants, horseradish, rhubarb, asparagus. Find unique lawn and garden decor. Take home a strawberry rhubarb pie, rhubarb crisp, or try the new peanut butter pie from our homemade bakery. All this and so much more. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step, from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises.
and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe, comfortable, and happy.
We have a lot of veteran installers who really care and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department, just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
It's Hy-Vee's 3-day sale, Friday through Sunday. Get pork loin, just $1.77 a pound. Chobani, just 99 cents. Hy-Vee cereal, just $1.48. Fresh blueberries, just $2.48. Plus, save on Pepsi products. Gatorade 8-packs, just $4.99 with digital coupon. And get a free $10 Hy-Vee gift card with $30 purchase of any P&G products. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Shop for a cause at Home Seasonal Concepts. Home will give you 10% off sale prices on porch and patio when you donate $10 to help ovarian cancer research. Give $10 to Mocha and get 10% off sale prices now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, U.S. measles cases reaching another grim milestone. They've topped 1,000 as of yesterday. More reports are due out tomorrow. As Amy Kiley reports, it could end up being the highest annual case count since the U.S. declared measles eliminated 3 decades ago.
Get a measles vaccine.
New analysis shows the number of measles cases reported in the U.S. this year just surpassed 1,000. That's based on data from the CDC and state health departments. Many of the cases are related to an outbreak in West Texas, but most states have reported the disease.
The problem is when vaccination rates fall below 95% for measles or under 90% in public schools, you see big outbreaks.
This is likely to be the worst year for measles in the U.S. since its declared elimination in 2000. The only other that's close is 2019, when outbreaks around New York City pushed the total to 1,274 cases. This year's count is 1,002 as of yesterday, and it's only May.
If you're immune compromised or you haven't been vaccinated, you should probably think twice about going to areas where there's a lot of measles circulating.
Many experts think the actual number of cases is probably higher. They say early symptoms can resemble other illnesses, and most modern doctors haven't seen measles firsthand.
We were able to eradicate measles, and now they're back.
The CDC says 3 people have died of measles in the U.S. this year. The agency says before the MMR vaccine, the U.S. saw hundreds of measles deaths annually.
This virus can cause you to be hospitalized and die.
Currently in Minnesota, there are 2 reported cases of measles. Wisconsin still not reporting any. Americans' trust in federal health agencies continues to erode, according to a new poll. The KFF survey finds just under half of Americans lack confidence in these agencies to fulfill their basic responsibilities. Yet about 60% still say they trust the CDC and FDA to provide reliable vaccine information. Most respondents consider routine shots for measles, flu, and pneumonia safe. When it comes to vaccine information, Americans rank their own healthcare providers as their most trusted source. Breakthrough research offers new hope for cancer patients. A new study shows immunotherapy effectively fighting advanced rectal cancer without surgery or radiation. Patients received Dostumab infusions for 6 months. 80% avoided traditional treatments entirely, and even better, 92% remained cancer-free 2 years later. Researchers call the findings promising, but say larger studies are still needed. One Green Bay hospital is about to have a scheduling nightmare, but a joyous one. More than a dozen nurses at its maternity ward have something in common with the patients they care for. Hannah Hilliard shares the story.
Inside HSHS St. Vincent Hospital on one single floor, the word labor.
How far along are you? We're about halfway through.
Taking on a double meaning.
How far along are you? 27 weeks, so we're getting there.
These two, one of.
We have 14 nurses who are all pregnant.
Yes, 14 nurses, all pregnant right now. 11 of them, baby bumps and all, posing for the impressive feat, like Ashley Schleiss.
It was fun and exciting to see the beginning group of nurses come through and say, hey, I'm expecting and I'm expecting and I'm expecting. So it's fun to be able to come through and say, yeah, me too.
Some are already moms, others experiencing pregnancy for the first time, but all well prepared.
How cool would it be to help witness the miracle of life every single day? And it's amazing.
That's because they are all labor and delivery nurses.
Once their bellies started to show, it was more and more that I was like, oh yeah, look at this reality of our nurses are experiencing the same things that our patients are.
And the time is now. The first expecting mom due in just a couple of days. The 14th due in October.
With a staff of 87, the floor's nursing manager.
Are you in charge of scheduling?
Yes.
Prepared for the months ahead, as those in this picture prepare to expand.
Are we going to recreate that in the future?
We are definitely going to recreate that next year with all the kiddos.
Their close-knit work family.
Wow, and local teens are jump-starting their careers through hands-on apprenticeships. Trumpeldor Valley celebrated 60 students at its inaugural apprenticeship banquet, recognizing months of real-world experience. These high schoolers completed at least 450 work hours plus specialized coursework in fields from healthcare to construction.
Earlier that we can get our students into the doors of our local employers, the more impact they're going to have on their future decisions. So this program really helps students figure out what they're going to do after high school, which is a really big deal when post-secondary education is expensive.
44 local employers partnered with the program, giving students a valuable head start on their careers before they even receive their diplomas. And students at Northside Elementary and Cooley Montessori preparing for their 4th annual plant sale. Proceeds will support the school's greenhouse program. The public is invited to browse more than 2,000 student-grown items, including houseplants, vegetable starters, and more.
Every single child here has a purpose and a job with this plant sale, whether it's art, whether it's the math side, whether it's the science side, whether it's managing the greenhouse, organization. Every single student has a purpose here, and so it really empowers them with a sense of belonging.
The sale will take place at Northside Elementary on Friday from 3 to 6 and Saturday from 9 to noon. Riverfest officials selected their royal couple for this summer celebration. Dustin and Dominique Lukey will serve as Commodore and First Mate for the 42nd annual event. They'll lead the festivities July 2nd through 5th. The Lukeys are active volunteers and parents to 3.
I'm looking forward to just meeting everybody who comes down to the park, shaking their hand, welcoming them to this celebration that has been such a phenomenal part of lacrosse history.
They'll officially assume their titles at the Commodore dinner on June 10th. We'll send it over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He has a look at our morning commute.
Thank you, Alexander. Out of the east, we have the winds kicking in, and you're going to see it by Eau Claire. You're picking up a little light breeze as well as La Crosse this early morning. We'll carry over to the wind subsiding later on, though. Plenty of sunshine for everybody across the board, starting out in the 40s, 50s, and the 60s. We also have potential for frost out there, mostly around Clark and Taylor counties, where they could see possible 30s. But it looks like it may not happen the way these winds are kicking up right now. That may just keep that away. You can see the winds really starting to blow across Eau Claire right now with plenty of sunshine out there. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll take it into on Alaska here. You're looking at 44 degrees out there right now. It feels like 37 degrees, and it's pretty nice out there as well. You can see it. Black River Falls is the closest I can get you to Clark and Taylor County to show you what's happening out there. 37 degrees right now, so temperatures for Black River Falls, they're not anywhere near any type of frost right now, but other locations possibly as we go into the next day or two. We're looking at Ladysmith for today. You're looking at about 68 degrees. Eau Claire about 70. La Crosse at 69 degrees. Other locations upper 60s to around the 70 degree mark. Mainly quiet conditions today. As you finish out, you're looking at it as we go right through today, and then going into Friday, you've got a cold front slipping through the picture here. That's going to be pretty much eviscerated by the growing high pressure. So highs for Friday, you're looking at conditions to be also in the 70s and 80s. We're going to warm you right back up and get you cooking as we go into the weekend. Be safe.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, how about London is turning 8 months. She loves to be on the water and loves to enjoy summertime on the river.
She is ready, all right. And Renly's turning 8. He loves to dance, play soccer, and go roller skating at High Rollers.
All right, how about Deacon? He's turning 18. He enjoys fishing, hanging out with his friends, and spending time with his family.
If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we would love to feature them.
That's right. So upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, Bonnie Martin from Grow joins us with a plant sale that's blooming with opportunities to support local kids.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. May is Maytag month, which means big savings on Maytag appliances at Menards all month long. Shop the largest in-stock appliance selection, ready to take home today. Visit us in-store and save big on your next appliance upgrade. Pick up a Maytag top-load washer or electric dryer for just $648 each. Plus, get an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
In 1925, a new furniture store opened its doors in Fountain, Minnesota. The business was called the Fountain Furniture Company. Today, 100 years and 4 generations later, we're Drury's, where you'll find a focus on principles that have given us staying power. Handle quality furniture, maintain a professional staff, and a commitment to customer service. We invite you to stop in and find out for yourself how this big store in a tiny town has lasted. Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family-owned for 100 years.
If nagging, persistent joint pain has upended your life, listen, there's a solution for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics uses a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and more. QC Kinetics targets the source of your pain, not just the symptoms. Thousands of patients have experienced life-changing results, and they're right here. Find out if you're a candidate for this game-changing therapy. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
All right, well, good morning to you. Welcome back as well. We start off today holding on to temperatures in the 60s and the 70s, possibly at least 71 degrees or so. We're going to see some temperatures down to the south and getting into areas right by Minnesota as well as Iowa, possibly getting into the 60s and the low 70s as well. We'll pop into the forecast here as we see it. Plenty of sunshine to start right now, holding on to the area here. Sunny skies will prevail going through the day. You're looking at highs possibly in the 60s pretty much, as you can see there. And eventually, as we cool on down going into the evening hours, temperatures are in the 60s and the 50s there locally, and then we'll drop those numbers down once we get to the midnight hour and into the early morning hours. You can see those 30s still lingering all the way into the sunrise time for tomorrow. So the possibility of more frost not out of the question as you get to Black River Falls, Sparta as well, getting into Vogue Field and up to areas by Wausau. We'll hold on to the noon hour for Friday where temperatures are popping up, getting back into the 60s, so we're jumping up a little bit ahead of schedule once again, so that means the heat is progressing. We'll also find ourselves with high pressure building pretty much in the upper atmosphere, but this is just a depiction of what's happening. It extends all the way across into areas out of the north into Canada as well. We'll also be picking up the highs for Friday where you're seeing the temperatures in the 70s, some low 80s in the forecast as well, so we're gradually building you up. Eau Claire at 78 degrees where you're only going to see La Crosse at 75, so we're still in seasonal average conditions with some areas getting a little bit on the milder side. We'll hold on to Saturday, getting into highs looking at least widespread 70s. 70s. We're picking up some low 80s in there as well, so we're still seasonal, or at least near seasonal, to finish out the day. While Sunday rolls right back into sunny and warm conditions for Mother's Day, you're picking up again temperatures in the low 80s, so get out and enjoy that if you can. And I think I just saw an 87-degree mark. Was that something I just saw, or did I make that up? We're holding on to drier conditions rolling right back into the next few days as you go into next week, the beginning of the start of next week. By the time we get into Thursday, you're looking at 30% chance of rainfall in the forecast. That will be thunderstorm activity. Then we'll see again, as I mentioned before, we're going to have temperatures on the rise as we go through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going right back into above seasonal average temperatures to finish out the remainder of the work week, going into Wednesday with thunderstorm activity coming in at night. Then we'll go into Thursday with more thunderstorm activity continuing into the overnight as well as the afternoon. You can see getting into 30% chance and then tapering off as we roll right into Friday of next week. That's a look at your forecast. Have a wonderful day.
All right, Art, thank you. Well, spring is here and it is the perfect time to get your garden growing. If you're looking for fresh plants and a way to support local kids, you won't want to miss what's coming up. Bonnie Martin from Grow is here to tell us about their biggest plant sale yet. Good morning, Bonnie. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to learn more. What should we expect? What should we know about this year's sale?
Well, if people are coming out to the sale, they can expect a wide variety of plants. So we will have thousands of plants, and we'll have vegetable starts, annual flowers, house plants, native perennials.
Okay.
So just a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. All right.
So what is Grow?
So Grow is a nonprofit that we've been serving the Cooley region for over, since 2012.
Okay.
We partner with the school districts and the community to bring hands-on garden education with the mission of connecting youth to hands-on learning through garden education.
Do you have a couple of favorite flowers that you like to grow?
Oh, I like petunias. They give you lots of color in one plant.
Okay, that's great. And so Mother's Day, of course, is this weekend, and you do have some things for the moms. This sounds great to me. What's going on?
Yeah, so we want to make this event more than just plants. So there are some interactive activities, Mother's Day gift making in particular. So perhaps the adults shop, the kids can work with us and we'll help them decorate a planter, pick out a flower and plant that for mom, and we'll even have supplies to be able to make the card. So easy Mother's Day activity.
Great, kind of a one-stop shop, right? That's what everyone's looking for.
You're 100% right. That's fantastic. The weather's getting warmer. Plants are going to be starving for more of that moisture. Are you going to help them do that as well? Teaching kids how to replant pots, things like that?
Yeah, so on Saturday morning we'll have a square foot gardening workshop. So that'll be an opportunity for folks to come and just learn using whatever resources you have. Anyone can grow just a square foot. You can grow quite a bit of food. So whether you don't have space for a full garden, maybe you just have a patio space or even your kitchen windowsill. We'll help give some tips so that anyone at any level can start growing.
Yeah, something definitely needed right now for sure. And then was there some kind of happy hour or appetizers or something that I saw too?
Yeah, so to kick off the event tonight from 3 to 6, there will be some garden themed appetizers. So you can grab a little snack while you shop. We just want this to be a really fun opportunity for the community to celebrate growing together and just come together in community to start growing.
Yeah, okay, very cool. And then, so when we spend our money on these plants, tell us a little bit about how that gives back to our community.
Yeah, so Grow is a nonprofit. We work with public schools mostly, so we need to do some fundraising. So all of the plants that are sold, the proceeds will go directly towards our mission of connecting youth to healthy food and nature. So you'll know that every purchase you make makes a difference, makes a positive impact on the health of the kids in our community.
Okay, very important. And is there a website people can go for more information?
Yes, growlacrosse.org has all the information, the itinerary of events, and just more information about what Grow does to serve the community.
Okay, great to know. And that kicks off this evening, right?
Yes, 3 to 6 tonight.
Okay.
Hours available on the website as well. We'll have hours from 10 to 6 tomorrow and then 9 to 1 on Saturday, and all well supplies last.
Okay.
So when we sell out, we sell out. So we hope that happens.
Yeah.
We hope the community really shows up and supports our mission and gets all their plants for growing for the summer.
And you said you had more than 1,000, so there really is everything,
Thousands.
right?
Yes.
So whatever people need, they can come check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot, right?
Well, thank you, Bonnie, for being here to let us know.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, Tony talks exclusively with Microsoft co-founder, that's Bill Gates. He is on a mission to help the less fortunate and will reveal a big announcement from his foundation. Also, gamblers are waging millions on who will be the next pope. That is the question. But the selection is shrouded in secrecy, so we'll take a look into whether the locals in Rome know something that we don't. We'll see. And actor Lovie Simone, love that name, is here in studio today. She's starring in a new series. It's called Forever. It's an adaptation of the classic Judy Blume novel about young love, and it's good, and so is Miss Lovie. We'll see you at 7 o'clock, straight up.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get up to $900 off select Beautyrest Black adjustable sets and choose a free gift with purchase. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years and get free white glove delivery. Beautyrest Black and free gift with purchase. Now at Home Sleep Express.
The Driftless region is a thriving community where tradition and innovation shine. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like iron, sulfur, PFAS, and manganese. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
First you hear it, then you feel it. That's the crunchy, melt-in-your-mouth feeling of Ritz Toasted Chips.
There are days I feel stuck in my head. Even on an antidepressant, lingering depression symptoms can make it hard to break through. I wanted more from my antidepressant. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Vraylar isn't approved for elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, tremors, slow or uncontrolled body movements, restlessness and feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Right now at Home World Rugs, get 10% off Area Rug sale prices. Choose from many different shapes, sizes, and patterns with Area Rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 10% off Area Rugs going on now at Home World Rugs.
The Brewers are coming to the Cooley region.
To left field!
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer.
Coming on, Frelick's there, and he makes the catch.
The Brewers playing here, you're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 now.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it!
Yeah. You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Nice.
The Brewers are coming to the Cooley region.
To left field!
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer.
Coming on, Frelick's there, and he makes the catch.
The Brewers playing here, you're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 Now.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
Black smoke arose from the Sistine Chapel this morning. That means that a new pope was not elected during today's first round of voting. The next pope will need 2/3 of the cardinals to vote in favor. After the college votes in favor of the new Bishop of Rome, white smoke will appear from the chimney. And new this morning, 2 people rescued overnight after flames tore through an East Side home. Fire crews responded to the 1000 block of Losey Boulevard just after 1:30 this morning. Multiple units were on scene. Fire department officials said that firefighters quickly rescued everyone inside and extinguished the flames.
Units responded, made a quick assessment of the emergency at hand, made a rapid rescue of 2 individuals that were beginning to exit the structure from a second-story window, had water on the fire and fire control in a very short period of time.
Crews said there were also multiple pets inside who were rescued. Choma High's students returned to class this morning after Wednesday's bomb threat evacuation. That threat, found written in a bathroom stall, forced students and staff to evacuate around 1:40 yesterday. Police quickly searched the building, determined it was a false alarm, and allowed everyone back inside. President Trump welcomed David Perdue, the newly sworn-in U.S. ambassador to China, to the White House yesterday. Perdue steps into his new role as tensions between China and the U.S. remain high over tariffs. For the first time since the standoff began, the countries are preparing to engage in trade talks beginning this weekend. And this Saturday, your mailbox becomes a lifeline for hungry families. That yellow bag showing up in the mailbox this week is part of the 33rd annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. That's happening Saturday, May 10th. Letter carriers across La Crosse, on Alaska and La Crescent will collect non-perishable donations. Just make sure they're outside by your mailbox by 8:30 Saturday morning.
Well, the Hunger Task Force really relies on community donations, and this is a huge one for us. We are incredibly lucky to be part of this. We serve 120 different food programs, and those food programs need this help.
If you missed the morning pickup, you can drop items off till 2 p.m. Saturday at collection points, including the La Crosse Post Office loading dock. Riverfest officials selected their royal couple for this summer's celebration. Dustin and Dominique Lukey will serve as Commodore and First Mate. They'll lead the festivities July 2nd through the 5th. They are active volunteers and parents of 3.
I'm looking forward to just meeting everybody who comes down to the park, shaking their hand, welcoming them to this celebration that has been such a phenomenal part of La Crosse history.
They'll officially assume their titles at the Commodore Dinner June 10th.
All right, we'll be just around seasonal average. We'll call it seasonally cool today as we roll right into the forecast, showing you temperatures in the upper 60s, some 60s that will continue into the lower 70s as well for the forecast to about 71 degrees. Friday, well, temperatures bump up just a tad bit. We'll see Eau Claire at 78 degrees, La Crosse at 75. Other locations will reach up to around 80 degrees like Trempealeau. We'll go right back into the next few days as we can see temperatures on the rise as we go through Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures from 81 to 82 degrees and above seasonal average temperatures will continue as we roll right into the beginning portion of next week. We also have some rainfall coming in Wednesday night, carrying over to Thursday, where you're looking at thunderstorms on the way.
Well, would you give up years of your life to extend your pets? Most owners say yes. A new survey of 2,000 pet parents reveals just how deep our bond with furry family members runs. 56% believe their cat or dog has saved their life in some way. The same percentage would sacrifice years of their own life to add time to their pets. Nearly all owners report daily mental health benefits, with pets providing essential companionship, purpose, and emotional support. Yes, people love their pets, don't they?
They do indeed.
Spend a lot of money and time on them. Thank you for waking up with us this morning. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Thursday.